Hey, what's going on, guys? It's No Shoes, and welcome back for another Technique Tuesday. Today, we're going to be reacting to Positive Balance. This was suggested by Paul Sample as well as Arvid XR. So, thank you guys for the suggestions. Keep coming in the comments down below. If you're excited for a more Immortal Technique every Tuesday, hit that subscribe button, hit like. It's free. But without any further ado, let's get right into this. Let's see what positive balance is all about. Let's see what Immortal Technique has to say. Let's get it.
Big Zoo, technique, positive balances when we spit. Pound for pound, I'm the most positive when I bust mine. The zoo adds on like a plus sign. Addition, that's the key in the ignition. With no pause, I propel to pole position. Ahead of the pack.
Okay, nice feel coming in. The first thing that comes to mind immediately, this does not sound like Immortal Technique's voice. So let's see. It looks like this features Big Zoo. So I'm gonna until I find out differently, we'll say that Big Zoo is the first verse here. Great beginning, nice classic feel. Let's hear it.
Pound for pound, I'm the most positive when I bust mine. The zoo adds on like a plus sign.
Pound for pound, I'm the most positive. Great use of that repetition, the alliteration of the P sound.
Positive when I bust mine. The zoo adds on like a plus sign. Addition, that's the key in the ignition. With no pause, I propel to pole position. Ahead of the pack, light years ahead of the whack. I give a fiend.
And nice compound rhymes too. Addition, ignition works very well. And I like how we kind of transitioned to addition from plus sign, or he said like Big Zoo. It adds something like that. Either way, let's see.
Ahead of the pack, light years ahead of the whack. I give a fiend a good book instead of the crack. That's the gold mine. Negativity can't hold mine. The black bear's headed for the gold line. And then I'm positive at showtime. I make negative MCs switch styles in no time. They change teams, rhyme about kings and queens instead of how they selling work to fiends. Then I switch.
That's great. Very positive message here too, which it's where a lot of rap came from, trying to affect some type of social change, right? And some rappers like Be Real from Cypress Hill and those guys, their first like big hit was anti-crack anthems. And what are we talking about here? Giving a fiend the good book, trying to, put some positive spin on his life, talking about getting rappers to switch their topics from drugs and whatnot to kings and queens, and metaphorically through that, treating ourselves better as a society, as us, just human beings, people walking around. I could ramble on, but won't we let them talk for now?
Time they change teams, rhyme about kings and queens instead of how they selling work to fiends. Then I switch thugs into soldiers, those that have given up on God to praise Jehovah. The rap ice age is over.
Now that's an interesting one. I wonder if that's a shot at Jay-Z in any regard. Those that gave up on God to praise Jehovah, or is that just actually referencing like Jehovah, but with the pronunciation of it, I'm more inclined to believe it's a reference to Jay-Z.
Ice age is over, and positivity protects the Z boulder boulder.
Yeah, you know how it goes. Positivity, yeah. My opinion is solid ground, but you're a common hater. Splitting and dividing our numbers like a denominator. Third eye navigator movement.
Splitting and dividing our numbers like a denominator. That's a fire bar, bro. We taking it back to the fractions as soon as Immortal hits the beat. Great transition between them as well. And I love the instrumental, that bell up in the top. It almost gave me like Christmassy type vibes at the beginning, but it just adds a real nice, bright and light feeling to the track. And, the drums sound great. we'll see what else we notice.
But you're a common hater, splitting and dividing our numbers like a denominator. Third eye navigator movements are necessary. Everything you see in videos is secondary. You need positivity like you need respect.
Everything you see in videos is secondary, kind of talking about like secondary sources. I want to say that's the linkage he's making, where you got, your primary and your secondary and, all that wacky stuff we learned out about in history class when they taught us about how to determine how reliable a source is.
You need positivity like you need respect in jail, because without balance you'll be making negative record sales.
Negative record sales.
And then that's also great, the way he split apart, not spit apart, the title of the track. Let's bring it back just a second here.
Like you need respect in
You need positivity like you need respect in jail.
You need positivity like you need respect in jail, because without balance you'll be making.
Because without balance, and then we get that connection, positive balance. Beautiful.
Without balance you'll be making negative record sales.
Negative record sales. Like this.
I jerk off inside books and give life to words, leaving concepts stuck together you probably never heard. I love when people think I'm psychologically disturbed, cause it means I overloaded their neurological nerves. Rappers try to serve me with
the way that layering or whatever hit on neurological. Hold up. This is great.
I love when people think I'm psychologically disturbed, cause it means I overloaded their neurological nerves. Rappers try to serve me with disgusting incompetence, but I keep it positive with ultimate dominance. Meditating with Native Americans close to Providence, I speak to the spirits of ancestors at powwows, but rumor has it that you getting raped like little Bow Wow. Now listen, industry motherfuckers, don't get offended. Remember that I'll
powwows to Bow Wow. We got a great scheme just before it with like Providence. Let's bring it back here.
Americans close to Providence, I speak to the spirits of ancestors at powwows.
Guess a little bit before. Providence was the end rhyme.
Ultimate dominance, meditating with Native Americans close to Providence. I speak to the spirits of ancestors at powwows, but rumor has.
That's great. Dominance, Providence, almost like perfect matches, at least with the end sound.
That you getting raped like little Bow Wow. Now listen, industry motherfuckers, don't get offended. Remember that I'll bring an end to your pretender agenda and render contenders dismembered. Bend the fabric of time and put your soul in a blender. You live in a lie like thinking Jesus was born in December. Instead of catering the labels, something gotta give. I rip the.
Oh, I love how he just, pokes all the things in. Talking about the Jesus being born in December, or we're falling for the lies, whatever. And just beautiful, man. I can't remember the exact story. I know I've heard a little bit about people talking about like what would the stars have been, or how long would it have actually taken them to get there from after Jesus was born, or whatever it was. I can't remember the whole story, but great references and just beautiful messaging in this track, man.
I like thinking Jesus was born in December. Instead of catering the labels, something gotta give. I rip the electrons out your body and make you positive. I've seen a lot of kids come and go with marketing gimmicks.
Electrons having a negative charge, he rips them out your body and it makes you positive. You'd also be dead, but that's a problem for another day.
I've seen a lot of kids come and go with marketing gimmicks, because without balance you don't last more than a minute. This ain't a game, I'll beat this shit out you at the line of scrimmage. I rock shows in the ghetto, nigga you stuck in the village. I wanted to spit on the radio since I was 11, but I can't afford the payola for Hot 97.
And then he has an interesting way of hitting like almost A-B schemes, where if we bring it back here, we get like a slight alternation between the rhymes.
Kids come and go with marketing gimmicks, because without balance you don't last more than a minute. This ain't a game, I'll beat this shit out you at the line of scrimmage. I rock shows in the ghetto, nigga you stuck in the
scrimmage and ghetto, remember those.
Shows in the ghetto, nigga you stuck in the village. I wanted to spit on the radio since I was.
And then village, then radio obviously doesn't really rhyme with ghetto, but both ending in that long O sound, it gives a slight connection between them and it works.
I wanted to spit on the radio since I was 11, but I can't afford the payola for Hot 97, so I make paper underground and I'm soon to blow, moving tapes like Biggie's Ghost at Bad Boy Studios.
Hey, that little sample was the perfect touch right there, man. Shout out and rest in peace, Biggie, man. And if y'all want to see any more Biggie reactions, let me know in the comments.
Bad Boy Studios. Yeah, you know how it goes. Positivity, yeah. My opinion is solid ground, but you're a common hater. Splitting and dividing our numbers like a denominator. Third eye navigator movements are necessary. Everything you see in videos is secondary. You need positivity like you need respect in jail, because without balance you'll be making negative record sales.
Negative
Okay.
record sales. Technique like this.
And that's great. So I didn't realize that was actually the hook that we got from Immortal when he first came in. Then it transitioned into his verse. And that also does explain why we got a little bit of Big Zoo reinforcing some of those punches during the hook. But great feel to this track. Nice, slow, nothing crazy as far as like getting out a thesaurus in a dictionary trying to understand it, but just straight up telling us what's going on, encouraging positivity and balance, and again, just discussing some of what he's seen in life and what he's been feeling lately, and it's an amazing thing, man. Beautiful. And this is the type of real music that you want to listen to. People out here trying to affect positive change in the world around them. But beautiful track. Love it. Positive Balance by Immortal Technique. Thank you again to Paul Sample and RX Vidar BD, whatever your name was. It sounds like a graphics card or whatever. But thank you guys for the suggestions. Keep 'em coming in the comments down below. We got more Immortal Technique coming every Tuesday from here on out. Don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, and hit that bell if you want to see more videos like this. Much love to everybody in the No Shoes Gang, and I will see you all next time.